Hi there P7, my name is Miss Brennan and I am one of the Social Studies teachers at Larkhall Academy. I've been asked to make this video today to explain to you what social subjects are and explain what you should expect to be learning whenever you come up to the Academy. So Social Studies is a faculty, which means that we are made up of lots of different subjects. So the subjects that make up Social Studies are History, Modern Studies, Geography and RMPs. And today I'm going to be telling you a little bit about what each of those subjects are and then what you're going to be learning within those subjects. Now, whenever you come up to the Academy, hopefully in August, you will have 4 periods of social studies a week and you will have one teacher who will take you through the entire year. Now, we're quite a big department, we have 19 teachers and one of those teachers will teach your class for the whole entire year. So we'll get to know you pretty well because we'll see you 4 times a week. So that's 4 different days you'll have social studies. And you will have each of the social studies in blocks. So what will happen is you would have, for example, a block of history, which will go over a few weeks, then a block of modern studies, then a block of geography, and then a block of RMPs, and then you go back to the start and do them all again. So that way you get a little bit of a taster of each of the social studies and you can decide which ones you like, which ones maybe you don't, and they're all similar in a way, but all also can be very different from one another. But in each of the 4 social studies, something that links them all together is you will be learning some key skills that you will need throughout school in lots of subjects, and as well if you move up the school and decide to take National 5s or Highers, then you will be needing some key skills that you will be learning throughout History, Modern Studies, Geography and RMPs. And these skills are things like describing, explaining, evaluating and analysing. And these are things that you will need throughout your whole life, and you'll learn these in social studies and you'll be able to practice them throughout these 4 different subjects. So what I would like to do is start off with history, and I'll tell you a little bit about history, what it is, and then what you should be learning this year whenever you start, like I said, hopefully in August. So history is the study of kind of people and events from the past, things that have happened all over the world and how it's impacted us today. So you will be learning in first year about Skara Brae, which is ancient history, and you'll be learning about Mary Queen of Scots, which is obviously Scottish history. So it's very important that we learn about the history of our own country. You might have already done some history work in primary school. I know that a lot of primary schools do things like the Vikings or the Victorians or ancient Egypt or Rome. If you've done any of those subjects, then you've actually already studied history and hopefully you enjoyed it and you're looking forward to learning about a bit more about history at high school. The next social study that I want to tell you about is modern studies. So modern studies is quite similar to history in a way, but we look at things that are going on in the world today. So the 2 topics that you're going to be looking at in modern studies, the first one is human rights and democracy. Now you might have already done some work on human rights in primary school. I know that a lot of our primary schools in our area learn about the UN Convention on the Rights of the Child. That's to do with your human rights, and if you enjoy learning about that, that's one of the first things you'll learn about whenever you enter your modern studies block. The second topic that you'll be learning is the USA. So a lot of our pupils really enjoy learning about the USA. You learn about the different structures, the government in America, how it's different from Britain, what it's like to live in America. You look at the Constitution and different rights that Americans have that we in the UK don't have, or vice versa. So that's a really interesting topic and it's obviously quite relevant right now because there's a lot to do with the USA in the media and in the news at this moment in time. The third social subject that you are going to be studying is a little bit different. It is geography, and geography is actually a field of science, so it's a kind of the most different, I would say, of the 4 social subjects because it does have a little sciencey aspect to it. The 2 sections of your geography course are going to be landscapes as the first, where you're going to learn about things like rainforests and deserts and the wildlife that live there and the environment in those areas. And then the second course is mapping skills. So that can be really, really fun, and it's something that's really, really different to lots of other social studies. So if you maybe like sciences, then geography might be your favourite social study. And the final social subject that I would like to talk about is RMPs. Now you might not have heard of RMPs before, but you definitely will have done it in primary school. So RMPs stands for Religious, Moral and Philosophical Studies. So religious, we look at religion, we look at all of the different religions in Scotland and how they help to contribute to our country, and the more that you learn about lots of different religions, the more tolerant you become of them and you start to ask more questions and understand them more. So that's what the R stands for. The M in RMPS stands for moral. So we look at morality. So we look at questions that people can have different opinions on. So for example, eating meat is a moral question. So some people do eat meat, some people don't eat meat. Some people don't eat meat because they are vegetarian and they, care about animals. Some people do it for their health. Some people do it for their religious reasons. And it's interesting to be able to take other people's opinions on board, learn about them, and still be able to have your own opinion. And that's really important in RMPS, and we'll get a lot of debate happening in class in RMPS where we'll have different people having different opinions, and we should be able to listen, take them on board and state our own opinions while still obviously understanding what other people have to say. And then finally, the P in RMPS stands for philosophy. And again, philosophy is looking at the big questions in the world and looking at, where did our universe come from? Big questions that we can really get in depth with and explore. And that's the first thing you'll be learning about in RMPS. And your first topic is about big mysteries. So the origins of the world and the universe and where did we come from. And again, it's really good to get a debate in RMPS and lots of people stating their different opinions. So that is the 4 social studies. Hopefully they sound interesting to you, and you're looking forward to starting, like I said, hopefully in August, and kind of getting your teeth into all those different subjects. You will have some social studies lessons up on the Google Classroom, so hopefully if you've not already, you'll want to now go on and have a little go at trying some of those, and we'll see what you already know about all of these different subjects. Okay, we're really looking forward to seeing you next year whenever you start. And we will see you then. Thank you.